All right. Hey guys. Thank you for hopping on and joining our weekly team call. My name is Leslie Cordes, and we are really excited to kind of like do a little bit deeper dive into. I feel like Instagram is a big topic. It's been a big topic on our team and for team calls. So I'm excited to go a little bit deeper. I feel like every time we're on, we just uncover something new, but it's where so many coaches are having mega success. If you didn't know, mega success in their business. So as always, we want to make sure you guys have the best tips, tricks, resources, tools at your fingertips. You kind of know how to use them. As with anything, the best way to learn is to just like jump in and figure it out on the way down. But we're going to cover a lot on this call tonight. So either have your phone handy so you can be downloading apps as we talk about them, or maybe just a piece of paper and a pen to be taking notes about things you want to implement as soon as we get off this call. So without further ado, I have a couple of guest speakers who are like using all of these apps and doing really, really well with them. So they're going to talk to you about it. So I want to start with Captivate because that is the one we've probably had like the most questions about. How does it work? Like, how is it growing your following? How much does it cost? All of that. So I don't know. Carrie, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. So I just started using Captivate just a week ago. I have grew 250 followers within that week. And I've gone from 200 people viewing my page per week to, I just checked today, to 1,600 people viewing my page. So just with those numbers, I was just kind of like, what is this going? What's this all about? And everything. And what I do is I have learned from a couple different people. What was working for me is I go to Instagram itself. I go to the Discover page and I find somebody that is not in health and fitness, not someone with like 1 million followers, someone with maybe like 5,000 to 7,000 followers with content that I can relate to. Like I'm a mom of 2 boys now. I just had a baby 6 weeks ago. So I kind of find that. I'm also a military spouse, stuff that I can relate to. I go to a picture of theirs that has like 200 followers. So I follow them. Then I go to Captivate, search them in the Captivate bar, find that picture, and I just hit the likers, and then I select all. And then I kind of go through to find like weird men and like weird photos that I'm just like, no, because on Captivate you can see their photos. So I'm like, I deselect the men, I deselect anyone that's like a business page or anyone that says fit in their page, because I don't want to attract other coaches. I don't want to attract other MLMs in the fitness industry. I'm not wanting to deal with that, so I get rid of them, and I just select all, and then put them in my cloud queue. I paid the $15 for the big Captivate to have Pro and Cloud. If you get asked, some people just do Pro, but from what I understood, you had to do Pro and Cloud to get the whole thing, so I paid the $15. And then at night, so all day my cloud is...
Is it $15 per month or forever and ever? $15 forever?
Forever. I was paying someone $15 every 3 months.
You guys. Oh my gosh. This is like the best deal.
Yeah. Like I was paying someone $15 for every 3 months, and I was just getting really weird followers. And what I like about Captivate, you control basically who you're following, but you can massively technically follow, but you just put them in your cloud queue. So, and then it'll queue every 90 seconds to follow somebody. And then every 24 to 48 hours, depending how crazy my life is right now with the baby, I don't use Cleaner. Some people use Cleaner, and it's just a Captivate sister app. I have not gotten into Cleaner because I really like the app Followers. It's kind of been an old school one that people have used. And I use that to see who's following me, who's unfollowing me. And I can go and click on who I'm following. If they haven't followed me back in 24 to 48 hours, I just automatically go wipe them out. But what I like about Followers is I can still see their page because I click on it and I'm like, they're not following me back, but I actually really like their content. Like they look like a fun, happy mom, or they're into fitness and health, but they don't have anything that looks like Beachbody or other MLM type of stuff going on. I'll reach out to them like, hey, you and I have been following each other I've been following you for a couple of days. I really like your content. Have you ever thought of, I don't know if you follow me back, but have you ever thought about building a business off your fitness lifestyle? And I'll either get a yes or no back. Like, I compliment them, and I like go, and I also go like a couple of their photos so they know I'm not just like creeping and just randomly messaging them. So that's what's working for me. I'm getting a lot of engagement with how it's all going, and yeah, I see a lot of things going through this little chat.
That's awesome. Okay, what else do we have to add on to Captivate? Alyssa, you're using it, aren't you?
Yeah, I just started using it about a week and a half ago, and I've grown 500 followers in that week and a half. And I was kind of stuck at my following. Like, I grew my Instagram pretty big organically, and then I've been stuck for like 6 months. I haven't been able to grow it anymore. I haven't been losing anybody, but I haven't been growing it either. And so this has like allowed me to grow it again. So I've been really liking it. And I basically do the same process that Carrie does. And then anybody who's a new follower, on the followers app, you can see who your new followers are. So I go down the list that way, and I'll go and like and comment and do like a version of the 531 follow, like 5 photos, comment on one of them to connect with them, because I can see right from there they followed me, so they must have an interest. So let's start connecting.
That's awesome. I love it. And is Kelsey on? No, I can't see everyone at the top.
I'm here.
Okay, awesome. And how long have you been using Captivate?
I downloaded it as soon as I watched the call with Kate Morgan. So like 2 weeks, I want to say.
Okay.
And my following has grown by like 1,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, and I pretty much do what everyone else is doing, but I go to the app Captivate, and if you hold down, when you go to the search page, if you just hold down a profile, you can see they'll go to their page, and so you can look through their stuff. But I have been finding a lot of success with finding bloggers that are like have hundreds of thousands of followers that are into stuff like I am. Like, I don't know who was saying it before, but I'm a mom and, you know, pregnant and all that stuff. And so I'll find a blog, and the most recent post that they did, I'll follow all of the likers from that post, because it shows they're recently active on social media.
Yeah.
And that's what the goal of the app is, to mass follow people. And so that's why I like Cleaner, because Cleaner unfollows. There's a few different choices. I always go for unfollowing people that are not following me back. And I usually do it like at the end of the week. So all week I'll use Captivate. And I'll follow like 4,000 or 5,000 people. And then I think, I don't know, the past 2 weeks, like I said, about 1,000 have followed back. And then I just go through, like you were saying, do the hey girl message and either like connect with them on a picture, or just go straight for a cold invite sometimes.
That's awesome, because right now we are doing that 30 for 30, so 30 invites a day for 30 days. And I know people were like concerned that they were going to like run out of people to message, but if you're adding 500, 250, a couple thousand a week, you're not going to run out of people to message. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, like the amount of invites I'm sending has like tripled.
This is awesome. Okay, and so there was a question someone had asked, does this work from a personal Instagram page, or does it have to be a business Instagram page? I don't think it matters, does it?
I don't think it matters, no.
Okay.
I saw someone ask if there's an Android one, and I heard there's one called Follow Adder. Is
Yep.
an one Android.
So Follow Adder, I'm writing that down. If someone has Android and you have it on you right now, I guess you could download it, check it out, and let us know.
Fiverr's another one too.
Fiverr. Oh, I've heard of that. Fiverr.
Fiverr, I think.
Okay.
How much is Cleaner? I know it costs, isn't it like $5 or?
Yeah, it's the same as Captivate. So for the local version, it's $4.99, and then for the pro version, it's $9.99. And I think the pro's the way to go because they do everything automatically for you. So you can only do like a max of 200 actions at a time, meaning like following or unfollowing. So if you have the pro, or if you have the cloud version, it will do it automatically. Like every hour it'll follow or unfollow however many people you decide. With the cheaper version called local, you have to go like every hour and do it yourself. So I think the pro version is definitely worth it.
Not call baby.
Okay. So, and you mentioned that Cleaner is a one-time fee?
Yeah, it's the same as Captivate.
So you
And
pay
the pro-
all together if you do both, so it's not bad.
Yeah, so it's like $30. I mean, sell one challenge pack and it's paid for.
I mean, that's a really good investment in your business. You guys, it was never this easy to grow a Facebook like page, ever.
This has been a game changer.
Yeah. When I heard about, I actually listened to Kate Morgan call too, and once I heard about it, and then I know Brie Holland, who is my upline, is using Captivate, and she was like, "Girl, you got to get this."
Yeah. It's awesome.
Okay, so question, and Alyssa, I think I accidentally muted you when I was trying to mute someone else doing dishes. Just so you know. Rachel's asking, does it give you more engagement on your page? That's what she's wondering. She said she wants to build a following of people who actually comment and like. And I use a service, and same. I still find I have to engage with the people I'm following to get that. Like, it's a little reciprocal. So I still use the 531. What do you guys do?
I think you definitely, like, the amount that you engage with other people, you'll get half of that. So the amount of engagement you want on your page, think about how much that is. And like, you have to give so much more, like you have to give double what you expect to get. And once the more you're engaging on other people's pages, they're going to engage on yours. If you're not engaging, you're going to get no engagement back. It doesn't have to do with how many followers you have, but how active you are.
Yeah.
I will say that the amount of likes that I'm getting has like tripled on my posts. So what I do is reach out to those people, obviously, but even if they're not like it, or even if they're not commenting, I'm getting a ton more likes.
Okay, question. Sorry, Angie's asking, do you have control over who you unfollow? What if I follow someone and I want to see their content, but they don't follow me back? Well, I lose people I still want to follow regardless.
No, you have control over everything.
And I even keep like, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying the people that I know, like I want to keep, like, ooh, like I really like her vibe or whatever. I even keep them in collections. Like if you go to one of their photos, you can flag them under their picture and add them to a collection. That way they like never disappear.
Yeah, and on the Cleaner app, when you go to unfollow people, you can do, there's a few different options. Like you can pick and choose each single person that you don't want to, or that you want to unfollow, but you can also choose, like you can choose ghost users. So they will unfollow all of your ghost users, or they'll unfollow anyone who's not following you. And the other one, there's one more. Can't remember, but so you can, like, if you want to do a mass unfollow, but there's a few people you know you want to keep, you can go and choose those ones to keep.
Someone said which followers app. There's several, and I know what you're talking about. There's like ones with plus and without plus. It's just followers, right? If someone's got it up on their screen.
Followers is blue with a little person with a circle with a plus sign on the side.
Oh.
Let me see if I can, yeah. It's like a dark blue. It's called followers.
Is boosting posts, I'm assuming you're talking about Instagram, still a thing or no? I mean, I've tried it. It gets me more likes. I can't really say that I think it's actually worth the money right now. I'd spend $30 and do something like this. Okay.
I think it's worth it. I think it's super smart.
Okay, and Sam is on the call as well, and I had talked to her about what she was using. She's actually using something really similar called Grow Social. So Sam, if you're there, you want to hop on and talk about what you're using?
Yeah, so if anyone uses or used to use Instagrass, it's pretty much like a twin of that. Instagrass got shut down because it was a third party that's managing your Instagram, which technically is illegal because Instagram wants it to be super authentic. So I can't say like how legitimate it is. Similar to like Captivate, some of these apps just go like in and out. But it's only $19.99 a month, and it follows and unfollows people for you. It direct messages people for you, and I have it set up so that it goes to all of my new followers. It likes people's posts for you, and then you can also tell it who you want it to follow and unfollow based off of hashtags, accounts, people who like, kind of similar to Captivate, people who like somebody's post, people who follow somebody else. And something cool that I really like, and location, and it tells you, it highlights in green the whatever, like the hashtags, the accounts, or the location that's giving you the most followers. So I have it set up where I'm just like playing around with it, so I don't have too many accounts, but I have it following 3 different accounts and I think like 7 or 8 hashtags. And for me, I usually, let's see the ones that I have. For hashtags, I use like hashtag Keurig coffee, hashtag corporate life, hashtag London runners. And that's ones that I usually do, but I also threw in hashtag twin sisters, which it's like the best one that I never thought to even consider. So it highlights in green what's working for you, and you can play around with it, update it whenever you want. And it also tells you stats, like how many new followers you've gotten this week, how many messages have been sent, how many people you've unfollowed. And it too, you can have a whitelist, so you don't have to unfollow people that you really want to follow. I have it set to unfollow people who don't choose to follow me back. I can show you my screen.
And do you do that after a certain time, Sam? Like you give them 72 hours or a week, or?
That's a good question. I think it does it automatic, so there's no time. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's called Grow Social. Do you know how much that one is? Is it per month or a one-time thing, or?
It's per month and it's $19.99. But before this, I was testing out another service that did all of this for me, and it was $163 a month.
Yeah.
Insane. And so the fact that sometimes, like I remember when I first started my business, $20 extra a month seemed like a lot, but I'm like starting so many more conversations because the direct message that I'm sending to all of my followers, I think it's super personable. It's like, hi, I'm Sam, just wanted to introduce myself. You'll see a lot of Sailor and Leopold, like dog emoji, cat emoji on my page, blah, blah, blah. And then I end with, I'd love to learn more about you. Where are you from? And so many people are responding to me, and usually it's just like California, New Jersey, like super short, but then I just build a conversation off of that. So if they say New Jersey, I'll say, oh my gosh, I got married in Cape May. Have you ever been there? Or California, my sister just moved to LA. How long have you lived there? Michigan, I have so many friends there. So it just starts conversations, and then I move them through. So then I'll invite them, follow up, and all of that.
That's awesome. So Rachel had just asked, since this is still part of this topic, if you have someone random that followed you, do you go to their page and actually 531 them as well?
Is that for me?
Anyone, I guess. What do you guys do? Like, do you have a process on like deciding? I mean, like with thousands of followers, you can't exactly 531 everyone, can you? I can't full time. So I pick who I think I vibe with.
People that follow, like, I don't even know who they are, or whatever the case is. So do I spend that time with them, or do I not even care? Is it probably also a bot that's following me and doing the same thing I'm trying to do to them, XYZ?
personally, if it's a girl and not like a creepy guy or a business account or looks like somebody like a fake model in bikinis trying to lure people in like to do whatever, I will 531 them because they liked my page or they followed me for whatever reason. So I'm going to start building that connection because you never know. As long as they look like a real person and they're not.
That's what I do. I kind of just get their page and then message them. I usually thank them for the following too.
Do you thank everyone for following?
Pretty much, yeah, unless they're a creepy person. But yeah, I try to thank everyone. Either I follow them, they follow me back. I'll say thank you so much for following me back, like, and just kind of start a conversation. Like I try to see where they're from because I've lived all over the U.S., so usually I can relate to anybody in the U.S. So I can be like, oh yeah, I lived in that area too. So I can kind of like start up that type of conversation. So
is there an option like in Captivate or Grow Social that if someone follows you that it will send them a message for you?
Grow Social does. I don't know about Captivate. I don't know.
Okay.
I can look them.
Because I don't message everyone that follows me. Maybe I should. But I can always tell when I get one of those messages because it's just like, oh, hey there. Thanks so much for following. Like it sounds kind of like not a real person, maybe.
And there's certain apps too, you can like insert the first name. And I got a message recently that said, hi, Samantha Holly Penkoff, with like the little dots that I have in between my name. And I'm like, clearly they're using like an automated thing. So my tip for that is just to try and make it as personable as possible without like going overboard. And then just a simple question at the end to prompt a response. But I too get responses. A lot of people are from India, so I just ignore them. But I started a lot of good conversations with people who are now signing up. So
the other way to do that too is if you have the followers app, every day I check who my new followers are and I write them all down in a list, and those are the people I connect with in 531 that day. And then I'll wait a couple of days before I send them the thank you message. So it's not like they followed me and they're instantly getting a message. They followed me, they're instantly getting my connections with them, but I'm going to let them follow me for a few days before I actually send them a message so they can like see me on my stories and see that I'm a real person and not like a spam bot or anything like that.
I like that.
Does Grow Social work for Android?
I think so, just because it's a website. I haven't even
That's
looked
what
at
I
this.
was thinking. All right, cool. So that would be another option if you're an Android user too. Okay. All right. I haven't seen any more questions like flying in. So I'm hoping we can move on to which apps to use to make your pics pretty and make your feed pop and look cohesive. So I'll pop it over to Jessica. I went and checked out her feed, and that girl, like, she's got a whole look going on. I was like, damn. You there, Jess?
I am, yes. Can you guys hear me okay? Good. Okay. So I'm going to, can I screen share? Do you mind, Leslie?
Sure, no, go for it.
Okay. I'm going to screen share and show you guys. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I pulled up my Instagram to show you guys kind of the progression of it. So this was, I want to say back like end of April, early May. So I had a filter kind of going on, but it really there wasn't a good cohesive look. It got pretty cluttered and, just random. And so then I kind of heard of the concept of like branded images. And so I did a lot of Googling on that and found out it's, really what we've been talking about. Kind of find a filter that works with you. Go for your colors. And I was someone who, for Facebook like page, which I've basically abandoned, did the whole, I can't even remember the name of it right now, the Jesse Reagan thing, and took those brand archetype tech quizzes and found colors, and they didn't fit with me. And so I ended up literally just picking colors I like and shifting it and feeling that, I feel that while I'm introverted, I'm also loud and obnoxious. And so bright pinks and purples kind of gave that fun vibe. And so I started shifting it right here. So this was actually, I think, Mother's Day. And so you can kind of see how I started shifting that and had that like kind of light leak. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's the little like pink glow or halo effect. And I created these little quotes, which did pretty well, but I didn't love that I was stuck with that. But I did this for a while. And then I started, and I made these guys in Canva. Those were really easy. I made those just on my computer on Canva. And I saved those too. So then it kind of broke it up. But then I discovered something that actually is part of where I get my photos. And then I'll show you the apps I use to make the photos more mine. But I discovered it's called My Social Curator. And you can see, so this is more my feed starting end of July, early August. And I kind of got rid of that halo and started moving towards more just a clean, crisp look, but with that kind of purple tone. This dress actually was blue. This was at our brunch at Summit. And my lipstick was more bright pink. But I used color editing to change it completely. So I will show you guys the best I can with my phone how I did that. I can also record a screen capture and I'll post that. Once we post this video, I can post it in the comments as a video. But so like a lot of these photos are actually not mine. They are curated photos through Social Curator. So basically what I do is I pay $25 a month and I get 30 images that I own the rights to. Everyone else who pays for this also owns the rights to them and can use them. In all honesty, I've never seen other ones really pop up in my feed. But basically you get all of these photos and you get about 15 posts that are like Mad Lib style. So you can tweak them a little bit to sound like you. So I'll pull this up really quick. So this whole post here, it was a Mad Lib style post. Obviously it didn't talk about writing a Tim McGraw knockoff and forcing my cousins to perform it. That was me. I added that. But I took this photo, which was actually, I want to say more brown toned flowers, and I turned them pink. And then I added that. So it's really great because for $25 a month, you're getting 15 quality posts and you're getting 30 photos that you own. So that was one, this thanks one, the champagne glasses, this weights, the books, half of the photos I'm using come from here, and then I edit them. So the drink, the computer, and that's my computer. So I intersperse my own, but basically what you do when you get Social Curator, this is this month, for example, you get, it'll load, you get a whole action guide, which is like almost like a magazine with suggestions and the actions to take for that month. And so like this gives me a post, and then I get 3 photos here that I can choose from or use, separately. I have 3 photos here for a post, and just keeps going. So like this was kind of one, like here, the September one, pretty much right here. So you can see what I did. I took that one and tweaked the colors to make that. I'm going to stop screen sharing because I see a whole bunch of chats. That didn't stop screen share. There we go. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you for adding my tag there. So what I have used to do that color shifting, I use a combination of 2 apps. I use Snapseed, which gives it that bright look that I want. And that one, I'll show you what the icon looks like. If you guys can see, it's that little leaf right there. So I use that, and you can create a custom look. So you can layer different effects and you can save it. So I've done that and literally labeled it IG1. And I have like a few different looks that I like. And it's a recipe basically. So I take my photo, load it in there, hit go, and then it makes it that white kind of balanced look. Then once it's the brightness that I want, I take it and I go to Afterlight, which I believe they have an Android version as well. And so it's that little colorful wheel. And this one is really, really cool. So I'm going to see, I probably can't show you too much, but I'll try. So I just pulled up this flower and hit use. So what I usually do is I click, there's the little bars, and I will do this as a screen capture too for you guys, and I go to hue. And when I do hue, I can shift it. And let me see, I'm not shifting it. Okay, you see how the flowers are changing color? So there's like my purple color that I would want. So I could do that, and then I just save it, and boom, I have the color scheme that I want to have. So that's what I do. Sorry again. Services like that. Yeah. Another place that I find photos actually is Planoly. They actually have a whole discover page that you can go right in and discover different photos that are free to use. So I've done that and downloaded or added them to my grid to use later. I searched pink, I searched glow, you can search terms and they're tagged. And then you can also search hashtags or users posts, and it lets you do like a regram right through there. So I actually have a whole bunch that I want to use already in my grid to just regram from someone else and put my text while still giving them credit.
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, Jessica said, do you find that you don't get higher interaction on the posts that aren't of you, like the ones that don't show your face?
I'd have to look back, but I mean, obviously the ones that are like my kids get the highest interaction. And so I do try to intersperse those. And I've played around too with that to try to have like every 3 somebody's face. But really I haven't noticed that big of a difference. To be honest, some of my best performing posts have been ones that are just inanimate objects. And then they're not always responding to the text or the call to action, or, even if it's something as silly as share 3 things you're proud of today, I might not get a whole bunch of responses, but my following since starting this has grown at least, I think I was at about 1041. And I'm at 1,200 something now. And that number has just been growing. Obviously, I have the, people dropping off from the follow game, but it stayed pretty consistent. And I've noticed more engagement. I've noticed a big boost in the stories too.
Okay, cool. Any other questions on that? I'm assuming you did, because I know she talked about Social Curator, but I've taken Jasmine Starr's Instagram training. So.
I have not yet. I've been tempted to.
Okay.
I found her for the Social Curator, and then that was closed, so that's what I joined.
Yeah, I've taken that. So she actually has some good tips and tricks. And the one that I've tried to follow, and that I'm not even that great at it, but she said, always make sure in your block of 9 squares, that 7 of those 9 are of you, something about you, your story. So yeah, it's kind of fun to play with it and change it up. But I love your look. It's just so cohesive and pretty. And I do think there's something to that on Instagram. Okay, awesome. Ashley, are you on? Because I know you had a couple of apps that you use and really like too.
I am on.
Yay, there you are.
So I'm just going to go back and touch on Cleaner for a second, because the one thing that when I got on there, I noticed you can look at all your posts for the media and see the interaction you've gotten on them without clicking on each one individually. And that kind of shows you which pictures are popping and which pictures are kind of not popping very well. And then kind of if you want to go back and look at the content that was on those pictures and recreate it with a better picture, I did that and had a lot of success and deleted a ton of pictures that didn't vibe with my Instagram anymore.
Uh,
So then I don't know if there's a terminology for it, but the VSCO cam
yeah.
app. I use Facetune 2 and Snapseed, and I will go in and I watched Angie Belmar's Instagram training for that one. So if you want to YouTube it, she literally goes through it all. But what you want to do is basically just find a filter through each of them. Like I use Snapseed to brighten my picture up and crop it. Then I bring it over to Facetune and I will white out this wall is gray, but I'll take pictures behind this wall a lot and make it white with Facetune, the teeth whitening thing. So I don't whiten my teeth. I don't fake my teeth out, but I do make the background white from that. And that will make my Instagram backgrounds more, I either try to have outdoor ones or white backgrounds to have kind of a theme going. And then that's when I go over to is it VSCO? I always hear people say it differently.
Yep.
The VSCO cam. And I have a set filter that I put onto all of my pictures to make them all look the same after I do the other editing. And then when I am doing my pictures, like how Jess had the pink to her page as well, I have pink, purple, because my hair is purple, so kind of need the purple, and then the white and the blue outdoors kind of all pop with the colors. And I've noticed since I've been doing that just the last month, my interaction has tripled.
Yeah,
Captivate.
I just went to your Instagram and you can totally tell where it changes.
Yep.
It's like, a little different.
Yeah.
That's awesome though, because this is on my list to figure out. I was telling the girls, I was like, okay, talk about this so I can learn, because I feel like I need to use the same filter on every photo going forward, except I think it's so hard to find one filter that looks amazing on every photo. So that's why.
And that's one thing that I've used I've gotten over actually, because I'd be like, well, I look washed out in that picture. I don't like it as much. I like looking tanner. I kind of had to get over that.
Okay, thank you for saying that. just get over it. I got it.
Yeah, because I'm really tan. I go tanning and stuff, and I look kind of white in a lot of my pictures, and I'm like, but I was tan. But it doesn't matter. It looks a lot better when it's all put together. But that's where you use Planoly. You guys can't see that, can you? And you can pick your pictures like I have and drop them and see if they're going to look good in a new spot. And so what I'll try to do is make sure, because all of them, I don't use any cropped pictures. That just personally I haven't. That's a really good idea. I should probably start so I'm not so stressed about pictures. But I'll try and make sure that it's a picture of me and somebody else, or it's a picture of me far away and then a picture of me closer, or to where it's not constantly just your face on every picture. And using Planoly, you can go through and make sure that you're arranging them to where they're looking different.
And I know Jessica mentioned Planoly too. It's a monthly service, right? If you want to sign up and use it.
I think I pay for it. I really need to look at see if I pay for it.
Jessica, do you remember off the top of your head? I feel like we talked about this.
Yeah, I actually just typed in there. It is. It's free but you only can do one photo upload a day. And I hate having so many in my phone. So it's $9 a month and it's totally worth it.
Okay.
And then you can also put your hashtags in there. So if you go to the main screen and you hit hashtags, I have heat foods, fitness, coach. I had a summer set of hashtags for when we were at the beach, transformation hashtags, random hashtags that were all about me, travel hashtags, and then I would just apply it to the different pictures as it went, and I didn't have to sit there and recreate hashtags or go to my Word document to grab the hashtags from there. It's all right here. So
That's awesome.
that's been very helpful too, because I notice if I'm not using hashtags, my interaction is lower, which is weird, but.
And okay, so someone asked, she said, can you arrange them after posting? The idea is to plan what your feed is going to look like in advance, and then you can schedule it to post from Planoly, correct? So like if you're at work and you're like, I can't be on Instagram at like my highest time at like noon or 3, you can schedule it, right?
No, take a bathroom break and then just hit schedule. You can have it all typed out and everything, but then you just have to hit post, right? Or can you?
No,
you can
you
schedule
can't.
it. That's what I thought. Okay.
It was a lifesaver when I was literally on the road to Texas. I didn't have to do anything, but your photo has to be a square. If it's not the right proportions, it won't let you. And I think that's only on the paid version.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should look into that.
Someone said, don't you have to have the business Instagram profile for it to automatically post? Through Planoly or I don't think so. I don't think so.
I have the business Instagram. Is there a reason why not to have the business Instagram?
From what I've learned, no. It doesn't matter. Okay. There's a lot of questions here, you guys.
I feel like if I schedule anything, Rachel, that it's just lower interaction all the time. So I just always have gone in. Like I used Hootsuite a long time ago for Facebook, and it was like crickets. I was like, what's happening? Why don't I get interaction? I finally realized it was because of that app or whatever it was.
I think the best thing, I always look at my insights, and when you have a business account, you have insights and you can see when your users are most active, like when they're on the most. And for me, my engagement just goes up as the day goes on. So like 9 o'clock is okay, noon is better, 3 p.m. is amazing, 6 p.m. is amazing, 9 p.m. is amazing. Like, so it's better as the day goes on. But it's going to be different based on like where you live, like when you're engaging. So I always check my insights, and it does change on occasion. Like I'm like, oh, 6 o'clock just passed 3 o'clock. And like they'll tell you, post when like you have the most users. It's telling, like Instagram is literally telling you all of your followers are on at 6 o'clock at night. Put up your post at 6 o'clock at night. It's super easy. Okay,
There's
and then
also an app that tells you that. There's an app called When to Post that syncs directly to your personal Instagram account, and it will tell you your top 3 times of day on a daily basis when to post. So it changes every single day.
Jade asked, do you guys feel having your real name as your username is okay, or should you use something catchy? Anyone? I mean, if you use something catchy, is your name, like I have The Real Fit Housewife, and I just have forever and ever and ever. And then every Beachbody coach went back and branded their name, and then everyone went and got a different name. Like I just stayed the same. But I will say I'm searchable by both on Instagram, and I think that's what's most important, is that even if you have like a different name on Instagram, below it is an option to put your first and last name. I put Leslie Cordes because now people can find me either way.
Yeah, I remember Anita giving a tip a very long time ago in like her YouTube trainings, but she says that it's all about being searchable. So if you had like Samantha Penkoff as your name, and so like your username and your first name, like no one's going to search for me. So that's why she was recommending, I think her name was Fit Happy Mom or something.
_happy_mom. So are you kidding? If you search for fit, if you search for happy, if you search for mom, who do you think they see? Anita at the top. So There's something to be said for that.
Another thing too. Exactly. And it's catchy too if you have a name. I mean, mine is pretty much my name. But also in your bio, you can use hashtags. So I have like hashtag coffee addict. So that way, if anybody's searching that hashtag, my page could pop up too.
Okay, Ashley, someone had a question about how you change the font on your Instagram profile.
I downloaded an app. I don't even know what app it was to try and change it. Then I typed it in and copied and pasted it there.
Yeah, I've done something like that before too. And it is like some sort of like free fonts or whatever, and then
yeah, it's like Fancy or Cool Fonts, one of those, because I had to download a couple to figure it out.
Okay.
Do you guys, I have a question, and might as well just, since nobody was talking, sorry. Do you tag a location or a hashtag or whatever in every single one of your stories? And if so, do you feel like that gives you more viewers for that story? And does that matter? Because is it actually transferring over to engagement or viewership or whatever otherwise? And then second question, do you tag everything on your Instagram regular pictures? Because I see that, Jess, you tag like Prosper, Texas, etc. And if so, why?
We're gonna if we're done talking about like filters and feeds, we can move on because stories is next on our list. You just knew your timing, didn't you? Anyone wanna
answer that? For my personally, I try and tag things in my posts. Most of the time I forget. I find that for me, I feel like it depends who your followers are and who you're attracting to your page. So like it's definitely worth a try either way. That's the only way to find out if it's going to work. But in my stories, I tag things and hashtag things, every single one. You can either swipe them off to the side or you could like pinch them and they'll disappear. So they're not cluttering up your story. For the hashtags, you aren't guaranteed to be shown in that hashtag. But if you are, I think it translates to more followers. It helps if you have your handle somewhere, because when people are looking at the hashtags or following the hashtags and you're coming up really quick, it needs to be something catchy because they're tapping through them like it's like a TV channels. So for them to come to your page, you need to grab them on whatever you're tagging them in. So if it's just you talking, they're not going to go to your page. So if it's you talking, have like text of little like the highlights of what you're saying to kind of pull them in. That's one thing that has worked for me. I notice when I have text on my slides or my videos and it's me talking or like me doing something funny, like not even business related, just like something that shows my personality or something that's like stupid or I'm like making fun of something or showing my pets or whatever, they're more likely to come to my page versus me tagging me doing a workout.
Yeah, and I don't always, because sometimes I'm just like, oh, let me get to this story. It depends. Some days I have more time and I'm like, okay, I tagged Adidas women because I'm wearing their shoes, and I tagged Fabletics or hashtag Fabletics because I'm wearing their pants. Like I will do all of that, and you can hide all of those somewhere, shrink them down teeny tiny, put them in a corner, or swipe them off the page. I do it sometimes, but not all the time. I've found I've had better luck with locations than brands. And same for Instagram posts. I always tag my post with like everything I'm wearing so that I show up in all those other feeds. And like wherever I am, like when we were in the Exumas, I was like tagging. I did the same thing when we were in Turks and Caicos. I tagged like Turks and Caicos tourism, like all like the resort we were at, everything, because like those still show up over there. And I've even had like, like a travel company use one of my photos and shout me out from when we were in Mexico. So I always think it's worth it to do those kinds of tags on your actual pictures. And you can always go back in and change your location. So it depends, like if it's a workout photo or what exactly it is. Like if it's just an outfit or something, I might tag myself at the mall. Then I might tag myself at like a cute store. So you show up in different feeds. And I have also done it like where maybe it's a workout photo or workout video. I've tagged like different gyms and like different, like, and it's typically not like super local, but say within like a 2-hour radius. Because my sister once was like, it says you're at the gym like down the road from me. And I was like, but I'm not.
I know that on stories, I used to, like, you used to be able to see from a hashtag how many people watched it, or from a location how many people watched it. And maybe you still do, and mine just aren't popping up in what I'm using. And I don't find that when I use hashtags and locations that I have many more followers, except once I did like the @Shaun_T, and I got 1,000 views on those stories. It was the only time that I saw a spike. But I will say that when I reach out to everybody who watches my stories, and a lot of them are from Toronto, Ontario, which I tag that all the time because I lived close to there and went there recently. And so every time I ask someone where they're from, it's like 80% of the time it's Toronto. So I think it's working, but I get the same number of views whether I use them or not.
Yeah, I've not noticed that it makes a huge spike of a difference for me. So we,
yes.
Yes. Okay. So we were chatting like 9 to 10 stories minimum a day, to kind of just be able to walk people through your day. Not have, and Shalene actually just did like a Build Your Tribe podcast on this. It's her top 10 tips for Instagram stories. If you want to go listen, I actually listened to it today. And she was like, oh my God, would you stop posting single solitary pictures? Like that's not a story. I don't know what's going on in your life. Like one minute it's your shoe and the next minute it's a salad and they were hours apart. Like what is going on? And I was like, yup. Because like when I see stories like that, I'm like, what is going on at your house? Like I want to follow you. Like I want to hear what's going on. Like, so it doesn't always have to be a workout. It doesn't always have to be your shake. It doesn't always have to be your energize. Although if you follow me, I do a lot of that because I think that is what I do every single day. And I feel like there is a lot of like people that watch that kind of consistency and they're like, damn, that girl is always showing up, right? Like I want her to be my coach. So when we've been doing like these 30 for 30 and I'm reaching out, I've had so many people go like, I watch you every day in your stories. I should do this because you're always on it. I'm like, but it's been really great for my own consistency. So sharing like all of that kind of stuff, but also like kids, life, funny things, be yourself, be quirky, don't wear makeup, like be normal, like, or odd, which is kind of like me because like I dance and I'm talking to baby talk to my dogs and I share all. And I feel like more people that are like, you're so real or you're so relatable. Like they like that I talk about, you know, having a mom stomach or whatever it is. So I think there's something to be said for that. Just kind of be you. But a little like I feel like a little bit more because I'll get like a boomerang and a photo or like a couple photos and a boomerang and another photo. And I'm like, that's it for the whole day? That's all you did? So I think if you really want people to like follow your life and learn your story more about you, like that's like really like 90% of my business comes from Instagram stories. So I try and be on it Okay, what'd I miss? Quantity over quality for stories. I mean, I wouldn't tell you to do like 20 boomerangs all day. No. But I think there's something to be said for just giving people a little bit more of you. Dude, my life is also boring. I haven't left the house like all week. I don't know. That's why I'm always like, wake up, work out, what my outfit is, my Energize, my crazy ass dogs. I did size the other day. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. I can't dance. But like, there's something like, I feel like people enjoy that. Laugh at my expense. Yeah, I know. Instagram stories does not have to be perfect. Not 5 selfies in a row, right? My house is cuter. See, Jade got sucked into watching my stories. And it's like we're all doing the same workout. People are like, oh, I love Lift 4. And I'm like, you're a coach. Like, you're supposed to love Lift 4. Okay. The best story when I did size. You guys, it was so bad. I tried to record one and I could not stop laughing. But yeah, I think, yes, today I was white girl dancing. It was really bad. So the thong song, by the way. But like, that's what I mean. It doesn't matter what your gym looks like, where you get down. Like, I feel like it's a better way to like let a little bit of your personality shine through. I'm like a total introvert, so I can do stories like all day long. But I do not want to talk to anyone at the grocery store. Not kidding. But yeah, I have a cheat sheet on stories that I will find for you guys. It basically kind of says the same thing, like minimum 9 to 10 stories a day. Not all static photos, not all boomerangs, like a little bit of mix of both. But think about like what your niche is. Like what are you passionate about? What do you want to talk about? Like sometimes I talk about food. Or being a mom, or I'm trying to think what I talked about recently that like a lot of people asked me about. I talked about having a breast lift actually, and I had so many conversations started by that, just random people asking questions. So whatever you're willing to share and be open about, it doesn't really matter, what it is, but as long as it matters to you. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, Erin just said I do a lot of stories and then delete them because I think I sound so stupid. I don't know anyone that loves the sound of their own voice. Like you hear yourself talk on video and you're like, oh. But you don't. You don't. Not to anyone else.
I always find that if I have like a set of like 5 consistent things I do every day, like I'll drink my Energize in the morning with a boomerang, and do like 2 to 3, maybe 4 workout videos, and I post my eggs like every single day because people think I'm ridiculous because I eat eggs every single day, like a ritual basically. But and I even made a poll saying, do you like seeing my egg posts every day? And so many people were like, yes, because all the stuff that you put with your eggs gives me so many ideas to not have a boring breakfast. And so like the polls help with the communication as well. And then if I have like a boot camp coming up, I'll do the polls for that as well. And I have like 20 people I need to go message after this call because of my polls from yesterday.
That's awesome. Well, and I think I'm getting like a little feedback. But I think, okay, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, and I am always looking for new ideas, so if you see some, tell me. But I could do the workout, and I'm drinking the Energize, and I'm sharing about my shake, maybe a meal, and like what my day looks like. But then I like literally comes to like a screeching halt. Because I'm like, how do I share about the business? Like, how do I make that fit on a story and look exciting? Like, oh, look, here's Leslie on Instagram again, messaging 30 people. not really like something I want to like really put in my Instagram story. So I'm always looking for different ways to talk about coaching. Actually going to go live in the team page and talk about like how I'm structuring my month. But I really try and spend the last couple weeks of the month solely focusing on coaching and bringing more attention to what I actually do besides just like work out and dance in my basement gym. So for me, it's been little things like talking about like here's my commute to work, and I'll literally video myself walking to my office. And I talk about how traffic was really bad. Like I had to dodge a dog toy, like stupid stuff like that. And like people are like, oh, that's so awesome. You get to work from home, right? Starts a conversation. Yesterday I talked about how like some money scammer messaged me, and it was like a Ponzi scheme. And I talked about the difference between like, a pyramid scheme and network marketing. And I actually have like 3 people interested in coaching from what I talked about yesterday in my stories. So it just like, I'm always looking for like different ways to share about coaching and what we do that seems like authentic and fun, like through my phone. Because I think that is probably one of the hardest things to convey, like the workout, the shake, the energy, like that all seems really easy, right? And then it's like finding a way to share. So everyone should get out their phone real quick here and like take a photo of this for your stories. Yeah. Samantha said the same thing. I forget to talk about my groups and coaching, but I think that's it. And you guys, I've done this before and I'm going to probably do it again tomorrow, but I do those yay, it's Beachbody payday, and I ask you to tell me what your Beachbody paycheck meant to you this week, like to you and your family. Anyone can do this, right? I asked the question, but I have gone through there before and like picked 3 or 4 photos and talked like and shared those on my Instagram stories. Like, oh, you guys, like it's Thursday, I'm getting all the feels. Like you guys have to hear this. And I'll like share. I shared like one about my coach Heather. I shared one about like another coach on the team, just like how they were able to buy groceries, or oh my God, you guys are like taking all of their money and saving it. They're going to Disney World at Christmas. Like what, like same. I had messages after that. Like, that's so amazing. I would love to earn $100 a week doing what you do. So like another idea, and maybe we can make like a list of them or something. I don't know if that would be helpful or not. But I'm always looking for like different ways to share and talk about coaching that's like inspiring but fun. So did I miss anything? Any other questions? Take our photo. I feel like everyone should like move so we can be a boomerang. Good job. We're like really cute. All right, is that it? All right, guys. I will get this up on YouTube. Probably not tonight, just being honest. I gotta go like finish sending 20 more messages and respond to everything I have coming in. But we'll get it up. And if you guys have more questions, but I would love to just keep like an open dialogue going. But it's 9:05. I don't know about you guys, but I can pound out about 30 invites in less than an hour. So that's your challenge now. And if you're not doing my 30 for 30 invites a day for 30 days, just start today. It doesn't matter that we're not on the exact same day. It doesn't matter. Just start. I cannot believe interaction is up on my Instagram. I have messages coming in like I can barely keep up. People want to chat there. People want to give me their email. People are interested in coaching. Like I have more action going on like right now since starting this than I have like all summer basically. So let's go crush it, you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you soon. Bye.